Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Pixelgaard. So, since last episode, it hasn't been a long time, because I want to get on with this build. Well, I know I'll get it done this weekend, but I really want to get this done so I can move on to the next project. Of course, I also have to get the rest of the berry fields, or little berry areas put in, but I'll work on that. I did add a couple things since I last cut while I was going through some of the footage. I haven't finished editing it yet, but I did add this right here. These are just architectural block, railings, and they're just done with the oak wood. So I put those in there. There is a little bit of a gap here, but I think it's okay. I don't think it really hurts the look of it. So, I don't know. I think I'm going to leave it. Because I like these in the middle, but then I kind of like this coming out a bit more, and I think I like it. I think I like it. And then I also brought this railing out a little bit more, and I cleared up some of the trees so we can actually kind of look out over this water area. And then if we head up, I brought the railings around here, and I haven't decided exactly how I want to do this, but for the corners and stuff, I decided to use full block white gray walls. I had the oak down, but then I got to looking at it and doing the top, and I was like, I really don't like that. I really don't like that at all. So I ended up changing to just the full block white gray wall, and I think I like that. Because up here it adds a little bit of contrast, but I don't know. I think it just works out better, I think. So I'm going to stick with that, I do believe. I mean, the walls are a little bit like just clear or plain, but that's also kind of intended, and then we'll kind of spruce up the room once we get the floor down. Right now I have one wood essence, but I'm waiting on the other two. So these things aren't the quickest thing in the world to grow. So, but I want to go ahead and get I think I want to get the roof on here for right now. And so let's grab our roof tiles. And basically I've got to connect all of this up, right? And honestly, I'm thinking about just running it like this. And then I'm thinking of having just a rounded roof, I do believe. Or, square type roof. I would love to have the arch like in the middle, but this build, it doesn't support it. Plus, this is kind of a flat roof. That's kind of got the arch going, but that's kind of flat. And then I think if this was flat, I think it would work out nicely, I do believe. Let me go get some more of those real quick. And we still have to shape up all this. We're going to be working on that. That's why I'm going to try to move through the roof pretty quick. We'll get the floor put on. We probably won't decorate too much. We'll just get everything figured out where we want the walls to be. And then decorate later or on the next episode. Same with the furnace. We're going to put the stuff around that and do the little chimney block. We'll get to that in just a second. Or maybe it might be next episode, but we'll get to it. Yeah, I may have to go get some more clay here in a minute. But let me go ahead and make a thing of those. And I may actually make the roof hang over a little bit as well. We'll see. This is slabs, so I don't know if I want to. Okay, we'll go ahead and just bring this around as best we can. I'm gonna have to farm up some more black bricks real quick. Basically, I just have to go get some clay, and I've got this organic black dye. That's gonna make 8. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe one more craft. Might need more, like 2 or something. We'll see. But I do like the way this is shaping up, like from a distance, and especially like if you're standing down here, which that top section, I want to shape that up a bit more because it's kind of plain looking. I'm honestly wondering if I shouldn't push out the roof and raise the roof a little bit. Might do that. Because it just looks so flat by comparison. Of course, there's only so much we can do about that, but I mean, it should be a square building, which is what it is, but if I did that, oh, it kind of curves. I think I like that. Let me pop down here and grab this. So I think what I might do is have it stick out with the slab tops like this. And then, I mean, I could push it out even like a block further with the slab bottoms. I could do that. Which I might. We'll see. But let me go ahead and get this stuff crafted up so we can get some more black bricks going. Each of these makes 3. Okay, let me get some more of these tile slabs. I gotta say, having Pokemon, it really helps with building because you can get flight pretty early. I mean, I think a big majority of the people on the server now have flight. So actually, I think I want to bring this a block up though. That's what I was originally planning on doing, and then for some reason I brought it down here. So that means that won't connect up the same, but that's okay. It'll just connect up to the one above it maybe. I was meaning for it to go right there. So then let me break off all of these. Okay, now I'll tell you what. I think I want to do it. I want to do it right here. And let me go ahead and just build this out. And then I'm going to use the slabs, the half slabs that come out, like the bottoms. I want to use the bottoms on it. And that way everything should connect up and look pretty nice once it's all done. So let me grab... These are done. I really need to make an enchanting setup. But I've decided, like most things, we're not going to build most things on this pack until we have a building for them. And I do want an enchanting area before I get into enchanting, I think. So we'll work on that build at some point. Probably sooner rather than later because I do need iron. But we'll see. We'll get into that before too long. Okay, so if I did this, kind of hanging out over the top of this, just slightly overhanging, I think that would look good. And kind of make this a little bit less square looking at the same time. And then I could do that. That way this section of the roof kind of plugs into this section, and then we'll work on the top, because this is all going to be covered as well. And then this just has to come around. Whoops. I'll get that in a second. And I'll probably add something to this side of the building. I mean, nothing big or elaborate, but just something down there, because right now it's just kind of flat. And we're going to do windows, but I decided to pretty much just make this like 3 blocks tall. And the reason is, if we make the ceiling too tall, like 4 blocks tall, I just feel like it's too tall for like a real, a real building. So I decided to go with 3 blocks. I think it's better. I suppose I can bring this over and plug it in. Like that. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Okay, and then we'll do our slab tops. And I'm not sure how flat I want this roof. I don't know if I want to take it up another layer, maybe. Or not. But I'm definitely going to need some more black bricks. I'm positive on that. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think it's starting to come together a bit more. It's getting there. Okay, and we'll probably add some of these other like roof things. Like I wouldn't mind having some of the sections that stick out a little bit. I think it would be pretty cool. Well, let's see, I'm going to make some more of these slabs. I'm going to make like 32 for right now. And we'll just bring this up together and plug it in over here. And I think I might have a ridge that runs down through this section, maybe. We'll see. Maybe so. And then actually, I think that's slab tops. Let's go ahead and plug in slab tops because I'm actually going to have this overhang kind of over the handrail or where that's going to be. So we'll do like that. And then we'll just plug all this in. Okay. I'm not sure if I want that or not. I'm going to check it. I actually don't mind that. If we just put the covers over it. So, like, there. Which it actually kind of overhangs a little bit, so it doesn't look like the pillar is out of place so much. But I may actually change up these pillars a little bit whenever we get over to this side. And then I've got to do some little tiles to smooth this out so it matches all of this. But that's fine. We'll get to that in a minute. But okay, so back up to here. And let's see. We've got the ridges. And those go right there. Which I actually don't mind that too much. We're going to run this on back. So we've got like this ridge that sits at the top. Okay, and then I think what I want to do is... that ridge is going to sit a little bit lower. And then we're going to have this section that comes up another layer. Like this. Oh wow, I just had just enough for that. And then we'll add a little bit of stuff to really make it pop here in just a second. Okay, let me break this off. I'm going to need a little bit more of those ridge blocks real quick. That goes there. And I also have to go check my wood essence also. Yeah, but I think it's coming together nicely. At least I think so. Hopefully it looks good. Yeah, we're up to 2. I need one more and I can make some jungle wood. And you know, I might actually have enough bricks to finish this out. But we'll see whenever I get to the like decorative parts. If I have to make more organic clay, that's fine. It's not a biggie. But I've got 20 ridges that I can work with. Which I think will be enough. Just enough, in fact. Just enough of those. Okay, so that's what we're working with so far. That's not bad, I don't think. I would like to do some decorative corner pieces, maybe. Let me actually just pop up here. And let me set this to roof tile J. It kind of sticks it up there. I like that. Then if I do it up on this corner and then that corner back there, I think that would be good. Because we've got them on the floor below us. Oh, whoops. Which, by the way, I've been eating steak. That's what that food item is. And then, do I want one up here? Maybe. And I think that's good. And then I think I want to add something on the top. But I'm going to have to farm up some black clay. If I decide I want to. I'm going to give it some thought. But I'll be back once that other wood essence comes in. So we have the flooring that we want for the interior. Okay, and actually while we're waiting, we can go ahead and do a couple other things real quick. So first up, I want to get a door. And I actually went through and looked at all these doors in a test world. Of course, I've used them a little bit before, but I was messing around with them in a test world to see. One thing I do want to make is some paper windows. I don't have any. Oh, I do have sticks on me. Okay. But I was going through those doors, and I actually think I want to go with the Pixelmon, or, well, it's the texture pack. It's vanilla doors, but with the texture pack, they kind of take on like a Pixelmon type feel to them. And I'm thinking about going with those instead of any of the Chinese workshop doors. I think. Because, I don't know, they're just like new and exciting and and whatnot. So, I think that's what I want to do. I'd like to finish up this area so I can get on working on the breeding area, which is going to open up a lot of stuff for us to actually start leveling our proper Pokemon, which is going to be exciting. But let me go ahead and get some paper windows. And then let me get slabs. And then let me get doors. And I was looking at the different doors in my test world, and I think I want to go with oak doors, which are going to look like this. There we go. That's not to say we won't use any of the Chinese workshop doors, just not for this building, I don't think. And then what we're going to do is take our slabs, and I need to start... is that what I want to do? That one's all like... It's because it's that other one. It kind of makes like a funny shape. Let's actually keep this ceiling flat. So we're going to do like that. In fact. And then... Yes, I don't know. I'm going to figure out something. It's not so bad right here. You know, but right there... And then we're going to deal with this. We're going to do some little tiles. I'm going to bring this up and slant it. That right there, though, I'm not even sure. It's because these connected up right there. Well, we're going to go ahead and build this out. So this is going to be the ceiling for this little area. And if it wasn't for this, I actually quite like it. So... go ahead and do that. And then we'll go ahead and do this. And I think on the inside this should be... I shouldn't have to worry too much about this one. And just... Oh, I was about to say I had just enough slabs, but no, I had two left over. But there we go. So it's nothing super fancy, but I think it works out well. And then our paper windows, we're just going to place these in like that, and you can actually see through them. And I think they fit this little area. And then, like, walking up, it'd be like that. So, and of course, this these gray walls like this are actually very iconic for, you know, Japan. So I think they actually kind of fit into the build. I mean, they're not like super elaborate, but then again, you know, they're not really intended to be super elaborate. So I think they work. And then we'll have our little windows here. And then over here we'll have, let's see. I think we'll have one window there. Then we'll have like a single window that's like opposite where you enter, kind of. Okay, let me pop down here. Let me get my little tile stuff real quick. That and that. And change this over to oak. Okay, so we're going to bring this out like that. And then this right here, I really don't know. I'm not sure about that. What I'm going to do here. Because, I mean, I can do this, like bring this kind of thing across. But then it still ends up, you know, in a block form. But then it ends up being like 1 pixel below. What I might do is some kind of a light that comes down or something. I don't know. Give me a little bit to think about that one. I'm not sure how I'm going to sort that out. But if I fix that, I think the rest of this should be good. And I might actually put a paper wall like right in here. Or a paper window. Just kind of looking, you know, whenever you're walking up through there. Or leave it open like that, maybe. So you kind of like walk out and, oh, I can see. Yeah, I think I like that. I wonder if I did it all the way back. I kind of like that, actually. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it like that. Okay, and I need that jungle wood, or I need that last wood essence, so I can get the floor put in. And I'm still waiting on it. And it's at 0%. Yes! Okay, so I'll be back here in a bit. Okay, well, let me make another paper window. And hop aboard my Pidgeot. Okay. And let's place this in to there. This into there. And I think that's good. And that, of course, is the wall, kind of where the roof is going down, so there's no windows on that. But, yeah. And then I still have to shape up this little section right here. But yeah, I'm going to do this, and then I'll be back once that wood essence is done, we'll get the floor put in. Okay, and actually I've still been waiting on that wood essence. Still hasn't even grown one, like, past the first stage. But I went ahead and brought this out. And I need to trade this out with cobblestone. I'm actually probably going to do cobblestone here, which is actually, this will be an actual retaining wall, so it'll hold back that dirt a little bit. We might do a little wall right here. But I went ahead and brought this out and kind of opened this up a bit so we have a bit more of an area that we can step out to. And actually, I decided, I think I'm going to use this area for the ball storage. So instead of having it in the house, I think it would make more sense for it to be over here. So what we're going to do, let's actually pop over... Whoa! Rare Gengar. What? And I know he's surely going to use special attacks. So I'll tell you what, let's take him on. And let's open up with Pidgeot. And let's just go and start going into sand attacks. We can no longer escape. I honestly did not realize he was here. Okay, we lost PP on sand attack. That's fine. He can keep using those. Hypnosis, we avoided it. There's another sand attack. That's accuracy decrease rank 3 so far. Spike, does he have any offensive attacks? Or is it like just Dream Eater or something? Lick. Wow. So his only attack is a ghost type attack. So Pidgeot can just use whatever and just make short work of him. And it's not like I can switch out Pidgeot at the moment anyways. We avoided it. It's going to take a little while. Especially if he starts putting me to sleep. I wish I could switch out to Houndoom. But actually my Pidgeot has the lucky egg. I just gave it to it because I'm not really like leveling Pokemon right now. You know. But it's kind of like the Alakazam situation, except it's even worse off because the Gengar can't even like detect me to manage to hit me with something that I can't be hit by. There we go, we beat it. We got 2035 XP and 2 gas tiers, Soul Sand, Rare Candy, Gengarite, and Poisonium Z. It's so hard to say that. Most of that I couldn't hold because my inventory is gone. Throw that down and throw down this lilac. Okay, so we got our Gengarite, which I actually almost put Gengar in my original 6 gym team, to be honest, because Gengar is Ghost Poison, and I thought about putting it in there, but then I was like, eh. Because even though Gengar's is Poison Ghost, he doesn't feel like an iconic poison Pokemon to me. He never has. So I didn't end up putting him in there, but that's not to say I won't have one. But just not my original 6 that I'll level up for my team. Okay. So anyways, but I want to make some drawers. That's what I want to do. And Let's see, I've got birch wood. Let's pull up our drawers, and I'm gonna be going with the ball storage. Let me go ahead and sleep and get rid of this. There we go. For the ball storage, I'm actually going to be going with multi-chests, I think. Maybe 2x1s. Okay, I was just doing some planning and some counting. There's 27 different types of Pokeballs. 22 that are craftable. Okay, so there's 5 that are not craftable. That's like the Base Ball, the GS Ball, the Cherish Ball, the Park Ball, the Master Ball, and I don't know which one the other one is. Oh no, that would be all. That'd be all of them. Is those 5. Okay, so let's pop up here. I went ahead and crafted up 12 double storage drawers. And we're actually going to have... we're going to have all of these up here, and then I'm going to have basically one drawer that stores buttons and bases. And I can store those in, I do believe. And then we'll have all 24 different craftable Pokeballs, and then we'll stockpile them. And then the other 5 are kind of like, you know, the rare things, you know, and we'll keep those separate. Like the Beast Ball, the GS Ball, the Cherish Ball, the Park Ball, and the Master Ball. All of which I'm pretty sure the Park Ball is obtainable. I know that the GS Ball is, because it can drop from Celebi. Didn't drop whenever I beat it the other day, but I was looking at Celebi's drops, and that's the only thing that we didn't get. And it's only like a 12 or a 10 or yeah, 10% drop rate. So okay, so the block that I didn't use a white gray wall. I think I used a white gray wall for this. For these. Let me go grab some cobblestone. I've got to farm up cobblestone. I'm like really low on it because we built this whole like wall out and just haven't had much in the way of cobblestone. Okay, so that. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do 1, 2, 3. And technically we could make a door that goes in right here, and maybe we could access like below the house. I'm not sure if I want to do that though. I don't really know that I need the space, to be perfectly honest, because I'm going to have literally everything that I need, you know, already here. So I don't know that I'm going to do that. But then what we can do is we can take and we can slot our Pokeballs into here. And right now all I've got is Great Balls and a Heavy Ball. So I'm going to put that in there. And then we'll do Pokeball, Great Ball, Ultra Ball, Heavy Ball, and then we'll continue onwards. So I think that'll be good. Or actually, instead of doing that, let's do bases and buttons, and then we'll do like, or we'll do bases and buttons down here, and then we'll do Pokeball, Great Ball, Ultra Ball, Heavy Ball. We'll go ahead and lock these. I'll grab my buttons, and I'll just slot these in like right there. So we'll have those. So then if we knock out our lids, lids, I can store these in here. I'm not going to dedicate whole drawers to those. And then apricorns that haven't been smelted yet, and we'll keep excess hammers and some coal around in this chest. And then our bases and our buttons can go over there. We'll try to keep a stockpile of those, and then anytime we make lids, we can just quickly apply it, and there we go. We can dump them into the storage. So, and I think that'll be good. And then what I'll probably do is I'll probably change this all out for cobblestone. I know I want to do this cobblestone. I want to bring this on out like that. And then to that slot. And then I guess I'll probably do this as like a cobblestone wall that comes off there maybe. That would hold back the dirt, you know. When it looks like something smashed my seeds that were over here. And I missed it, and now they're gone. Okay. Awesome. So I've got to make some more seeds up real quick. And I might actually put them in here somewhere and have them so that they can't get smashed. Like maybe behind a door. That might be best. Because I'm going to guess that's probably what happened to them is a Pokemon just smashed them. Okay, but we've got a little spot here. And this is where I'm going to farm for now. And then I'll expand on it. And then we are going to do some proper farms. Just I haven't got those built yet. So, but I'll be back here in a little bit once I get the stuff that I need. Basically the other wood essence that I'm going to need. And then I'll be back. Okay, I just want to bring you guys in real quick because I'm on my last Pokemon. I'm on Houndoom. But this Venusaur has 6 levels of defense decrease, 6 levels of attack decrease, and also 4 sand attacks applied. So I got really lucky on the sand attacks. So I figured I'd give it a shot. And I think a Fire Fang, if it lands in the Venusaur, Venusaur's actually not doing that much damage unless it crits. So I'm hoping... Yeah, see, it hit me with a tackle, but it's not all that much damage. And there's a burn, and... Oh, it has like 1 HP or something like that. It's been getting itself with confusion because of that... the pedal dance. So, I'm thinking I'm going to go with an Ember. Got me with a Vine Whip. It's dead. That's it for you, Venusaur. Haha! And my Houndoom got a little over 2,000 XP, and let's see. We got Adamant Orb and a rare candy. Haha, I will take it. And I'm actually kind of curious. Let me go heal up my Pokemon. But I'm kind of curious how much this Adamant Orb would sell for. Like in Pokedollars. That's actually what I'm curious about. Not so much keeping it. Oh, by the way, this is what I was working on whenever it happened to spawn. Is this little thing, this little ramp that leads over, and this, I just did it basically just like how we did over there. But anyways, it's just a ramp that connects over. Nothing fancy at the moment, but just kind of working on getting a walkway in place. Also, they're close to being done. Okay, but I want to pop over and see how much this would sell for. That's what I'm most curious about at the moment. Because the reason being, I'm not crazy about keeping it if it sells for a decent amount of money. If it doesn't sell for a lot of money, then we'll keep it. But the thing is, I don't have Dialga. I don't plan on making it a point to use Dialga. And if I could make a bit of money off this, that would be a-okay. Looks like I cannot sell it, though. The rare candies, though, sell for 2,400, so... okay, well, we got an Adamant Orb, so if we get Dialga, we get a nice big boost to, Adamant Orb just boosted, Dragon and Steel, but I'm looking it up for Pixelmon. Okay, it's, for Pixelmon, though, whenever it's used on a time-space altar that's been activated with a red chain, an Adamant Orb will summon Dialga. So, we can now... I mean, there's a little bit more to it than just going there and, using it, but we can use this to summon Dialga. So, that's exciting. We will definitely, in due time, we'll do that. But, yeah. So we beat our very first legendary boss. It was close. And it's basically all thanks to sand attacks. That was really the deciding factor there. So, but yeah, I had popped down here and I was looking to check on the crops, and then I came back up, and right as I topped his hill, I saw him. He was just sitting right there. And it was like, hey, wait a second. Wait a second, there's a shiny Venusaur. Then I realized his name was Yellow, so I was like, okay, I've got to take him on. I wonder, my Primpops are probably going to get destroyed right here, but yeah, insta-kill. Okay, I've got the 3 wood essence that I need. So, there's our jungle wood. There's our jungle wood blanks. Awesome. Okay, so we can go put these down, and then we'll have an actual floor up here. And then I think the last thing I really want to get done this episode is I want to get this railing done. And then we can spend the next episode decorating and getting all that sorted. And I quite like that floor up against that oak wood. I do believe. Easy as pie. There we go. So, this railing, I've actually been debating about how I want to do it. And I would really like to do something like this, but the issue is we can't necessarily do a slice with parts cut out of it. I don't believe. Let me try something here, but I want to say that that's not going to work out for us. So, for example, if I brought this up like that, then I took the hammer. Aha, I can do that. Okay. Okay, so in that case, I'm going to kind of copy the way these are. This is probably going to take a little while. I'll go ahead and tell you. To get this all done, but I'm going to go ahead and bring that up like that. And let me go ahead and bring it all the way up. That. Okay, we'll bring it up like that. And then what I want to do, let me go ahead and pull this up. And then let me get oak wood. Let me dump a little bit more in here. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and bring this straight up like that. Okay, and then I'm going to set this to wall. And I'm going to go ahead and build out a section of wall right here. Like that. And so that way it all kind of goes together. And then up here as well. Down to there. And then here. Down to there. Okay. That's looking good. And then once we get to the railing, I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this. I'm going to give you kind of the shortened version of what we're going to do here because it's going to take a little while. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and just build this down like that. So we've kind of got the start of a railing. I mean, it's not going to be exactly like the ones down there. It's just going to kind of match that general idea, I think. And we'll do, I'm going to bring this down to the 8th pixel. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we've got that. And then what I'm going to do is our oak wood, which is kind of what's in the middle of this. I'm going to go ahead and set this as a box. And then, actually I think, let's see, let's grab the hammer. And I'm just going to break off a bit of these. And this is basically going to be where a post comes down and plugs into that, right? And then right opposite it, which this is going to be the worst part, is lining this up. But it should just be straight up. So like that. Okay, that should be where our post comes in at. So let's set this now as our oak wood. And we're just going to bring this up, plug it into there. There we go. Okay, and then, which I don't know if I want it to stick out. See, some of this is going to change. I'm just kind of giving like a general idea of what we're doing here. But then what I can do is I can break away bits of this. Do like that. And then, I don't know if I want it to just come up and it be like a post, and then it follows that slant, or what. I also feel like all of this can be thinned out a bit, maybe. I'm not sure. Give me just a little bit. Okay, I ended up doing this, and just kind of going through and clearing these little segments out. I'm not using patterns or anything at this point, because this is all pretty simple to do. I'm probably going to make this a little bit more ornate. I'm not for sure. One thing I did run across, and one thing that kind of forced me to kind of change my original plan is, let me finish hammering this out. Okay, so something like that. But something that messed up my original plan is, you'll notice at the very base of these, it's actually really, I think it's really hard to notice unless you really pay attention to it. Probably showing it, it's going to be a lot more noticeable. But right down there, I can't actually break those blocks. Because it seems like there's certain blocks in a slice that you can't break, which that's likely something that'll get fixed over time. But right now, we're kind of, I can't go in there and fix those. So basically, there's parts of the post that I can't get that broken off. I'm going to keep trying. But little things like that I can't change. And this is a little bit different. You'll notice that the rail is actually raised above the posts. With this one, it's not meant to be identical, just kind of the same color scheme in general idea. It also doesn't have that little rail that runs up. Actually doing this type design, I think would be tough to execute with the little tiles, because you would have to stack slices in such a way, especially like right in here, that I don't know if it's going to cooperate very well with stacking slices like that. But I think it's I don't know, I might drop it. I think it's maybe a good elevation, but I don't know. This is something, it might evolve a little bit, but I've got something down. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that exact design, because it would be so much like slice on top of slice. And you'll notice, I mean, they have like a little area that they render outside of, just the slice itself. So I don't know if we could actually pull that off. That's why I kind of went with this, but I don't know. I might change it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And maybe bring the tops of these up and kind of wrap them over. I'm not sure. But I did get that done. And I think that was the major thing. One thing I was thinking I want to do, I just got to find what I did with the blocks real quick. And I did, I brought these pathways out. So you can see this kind of wraps down, goes up underneath that. And then this right here, and the berry farms. I worked on that for a bit. This pathway goes off in this direction, and we're actually going to be working in here as our next project. It's kind of a short, quick project, but we are going to be working in there. And this is actually going to lead up to the top of the hill, up to here, and we're actually going to build like a big pagoda type tower up here, I think, that kind of overlooks this valley. So makes me think a lot of this place I went to in Japan, where it was like mega steps up to this pagoda, but it also kind of makes me think of the tower from Silver and Gold. So maybe we'll put a big tower right up there. I think it'd be a good fitting spot for it. But that's later on down the road. It's not one of the immediate projects that we're working on. Let me pop down here and see if I can find, which I might have actually used them all. I can't recall for sure. Well, I've got sticks. Let me just go ahead and make some real quick. And what I want to do is I actually want to bring this right here down, because I felt like it felt funny without a post holding this section up, so I figured I'd bring that down. So there we go. I don't know if I want one on this opposite. I really don't, because the wall would be holding it up. Plus it adds a little bit of asymmetry, which I quite like. So I think I'm going to leave that there. But let's pop on our Pidgeot, which I'm still working on trees down through here. Oh. What level are you? 31. 39. Okay, let me take this guy on. You'll notice I have been leveling up some Pokemon. Basically getting the level gaps a little bit more balanced, so it's not like super level difference going on between... Get wrecked. Going on between our Pokemon. So, which we'll talk about that briefly at the start of next episode, because I've actually recorded the intro to the next episode because I found something before I recorded kind of the outro to this episode. So, which I'll show you some of the new Pokemon that we've got at the start of the next episode. So, basically, while I was out exploring, I found something kind of cool. There we go. We won, and we got 600 and something, I think. We got 17,290 at the moment. But anyways, our berry farms that I was working on, I have actually completed these. That's why there's no berries down there in that little valley section down there. But you can see there's red, there's yellow. Over here is black, green. Blue is actually a pathway that runs through, and then there is white and pink right there. So all 7 colors are accounted for, and we have, there's actually 32 bushes of each color in here. Exactly half a stack's worth of apricorn bushes for each color, which I think is plenty. And, oh, and then also down here, it's actually been like a day since the last bit of recording, because I was working on some other stuff, but I did make at least one of, well, it's actually at least like 3, I think, of all the different Pokeballs. And then I've got a bit of Ultra Balls and Great Balls built up. But I did go ahead and get all these slotted, as well as buttons and iron bases. Of course, there are aluminum bases as well, but iron's pretty much our go-to for most purposes, I think. And then if we pop down, I did do a bit of mining between episodes as well. So you can see I've actually got a decent amount of iron. I processed some, so we have some iron ore, but we have quite a bit. And then bauxite, which bauxite you can double with flint. So, but anyways, I do believe I'm going to end out this episode here. Next episode, whenever we come back, it's going to be the final episode that we spend on the Pokeball Workshop for right now. Now we might, that's not to say we might come back and spend a little bit of time on camera, maybe as a side episode, whenever I figure out exactly what I want to do with the railing up here. If I decide to change that, how I change it, it might be like a short little side episode or something like that for this little tiles project. But, you know, I'm still kind of on the fence, no pun intended, about how I want to do this. I'm not happy with it as it is, but I'm also not sure exactly how I want to do it. So I'm going to play around with some ideas, get some ideas, and maybe make some changes to this, like I said, in like a side episode thing. But next episode we will be working on decorating, which that is going to include lighting. It's going to include decor items. We might even get into Pokemon decor, which I'll explain what that is. Yeah, probably in the next episode, because I'm thinking I actually want some Pokemon decor out here, which is actually going to kind of tie into what we're going to be doing the following episode. So we might touch on that a little bit next episode, and yeah, and then we're going to get into decor. There's also statues. We're probably going to start covering those. Not any for this area, because I don't think we need statues here. But in some of the coming areas, there are going to be statues, and we'll get into that. But yeah. So anyways, I'm going to end out this episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun building this, and I'm pretty happy with it so far. I think as far as the structure goes, it's all here. It just needs to be livened up a bit. And then once that's done, I think it's going to be kind of a fun little structure and something to really kind of kick off our town. Because I think being a town founded on Pokemon training, oh, and you can see I did start shaping this up. This is where that pond's going to be. But a town founded on Pokemon training should probably start with the Pokeball Workshop. You know, the Poke Blacksmith, so to speak. I think should be the very first building that we get put in. Yeah, and then we might actually stick an NPC in it next episode as well. We'll see. So just for fun, because we kind of want a smith that kind of works there. So yeah, we'll see. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys then.